Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video I'm going to be breaking down the first trade that I took in 2022, an absolute banger of a trade. I'm going to put my proof of entry on the screen just to start off with, so there's no questions of whether or not I took it and I'm just looking at it in terms of hindsight. I did actually take this trade. I did also send this to group members, so I'm going to put my signal that I sent to group members on the screen as well. So this trade was actually taken. Before I get into that, I did promise I was going to be doing a video on my trading setup. I haven't forgot about that. I'm just waiting for a couple of deliveries to come through. I did edit it a little bit, so I'm going to put another sneak peek of my setup on the screen right now. It's changed a little bit because of the deliveries, but I'm waiting for a couple more deliveries, and when I get them, that video will be coming out. So now that I've gotten all of that out of the way, I'm not going to waste any time. I'm going to get straight into it by deleting everything on my chart and starting on the monthly time frame. On the monthly time frame, there isn't much that I really look at. The only real thing that I look at on the monthly time frame is trend, and on the monthly you can see clearly trend is bullish. You can look left and you'll notice this period of bearishness. However, since that ended in 2012, so almost exactly 10 years ago, that's a bit too far back in the past for me to consider in a trade or the analysis for a trade that I'm going to be taking in 2022. So almost 10 years before. So I'm not really going to consider all of this period of bearishness. I'm looking at current trend, and current trend is clearly bullish. Then what I would do is I drop from the monthly to the daily. Before I annotate anything on the daily or I speak on daily structure and trend, I'm just going to mark out what I've noticed so far on the monthly so that we can slowly build out a story for this setup. So on the monthly, we've worked out that the trend was clearly bullish. That's all we've really worked out on the monthly time frame. We will still look at trend on the daily, despite us having looked at trend on the monthly, just to make sure that the market is aligning on both the monthly and the daily. And so on the daily, I can look at this and I can say clearly the market is bullish. So on both the monthly and the daily, the market is bullish. So on the daily, I can say trend is again bullish. So we've worked that out so far on the daily time frame. What else do I notice? I noticed that the market has this swing high. So we have an area of liquidity. We understand that there are multiple types of liquidity. There are equal highs, equal lows, trendline liquidity, swing highs, swing lows. They are all types of liquidity, and we understand that liquidity is like a magnet to the market. The market is going to want to come and take out areas of liquidity that it has formed. So I understand that the market is probably at some point going to want to come and push outside of this range that we are in right now and take this liquidity that exists above the swing high. So I know that any buys that I enter on the lower time frames, I am going to TP at this daily swing high. So I know that anything that happens on the lower time frames has to align with what I've analyzed on the daily. So I know so far on the daily trend is bullish, and then also we have daily swing high to take. So that's what I know so far on the daily time frame. Another thing I can mark out on the daily time frame is that potentially we have an area of imbalance to come and take out. It may look as though it's already filled. However, trading view is weird, and if I go into something like the 15-hour, you can see clearly that imbalance hasn't been filled yet. So on the daily, we can say that we have imbalance to come and take out as well. So that's another thing that I can notice on the daily time frame, or imbalance to fill, you could say. So on the daily, we have number one, trend is bullish, and so it's similar to our monthly. We also have a daily swing high or a daily area of liquidity to come and take out. We also have imbalance here to fill. So that's three reasons so far, just on the daily time frames, telling me to buy. So what I'm doing here is I am building a story for this setup. I've looked and I've decided I want to buy, and so I'm going to annotate everything that is confluence or is reason for me to actually buy this market. And we've marked out three reasons already, and we've only gone from the monthly to the daily. What you would then do is you would drop straight from the daily to something like the 4-hour to mark out any POIs that you can see. On the 4-hour, spoiler alert, there aren't any valid POIs. However, that doesn't mean you can't take at least something away. What I took away on the 4-hour time frame was the imbalance. So you can clearly see our area of imbalance now. This is more confluence for telling me that I should potentially buy this market. Then what I did was I dropped to the 1 hour since there weren't any valid POIs, and again on the 1 hour time frame there weren't any valid POIs, at least in the past. There was this valid 1 hour POI right here. So if I zoom here, you'll see we have this 1 hour area of demand. It is valid because it has this engulfing candle here. It breaks structure above this high here. If I mark it out, break structure above this high, and looks like it's returning back down slowly. So what I would then do is I'd go from the hourly to the 30-minute time frame to see if we can refine this 1 hour area of demand. And lo and behold, I can refine it to this last 30-minute area of demand. This would then be my entry. I wouldn't have to really look for areas or ways to refine this any further. All I would do is I would simply look to set my limit here, put stop loss below the low, and because we've done our daily analysis, remember we've understood that there's a daily swing high, I know that I'm going to look to take profit at that daily swing high. So TPs go straight at that daily swing high. I already know my entry point because I've done that 30-minute analysis, and then you just set limits, sit back and sort of be patient, and that's it. Of course you would do your own risk management to work out you enter with the to know you enter with the correct lot size, but that's about it in terms of analysis. You would just set your limit and you'd watch the trade play out. I'm not gonna play it out fully because it does take a while, so I'm gonna do is go onto a time frame such as the 10 hour and play it out. And you can see clearly on the 10 hour, it hits TP, and then after it hits TP, starts to reverse and come back down again. So that just shows you sniper entry, sniper exit, and that's how it should be. Because after that point, the market could completely reverse back down, and I think it does slightly do that again. Yeah, there you go. It pushes downwards again. So that just shows you. We've looked on the monthly, we've seen trend is bullish. We looked on the daily, we saw trend is again bullish. We have a daily swing higher, an area of liquidity to take out, and also imbalance to fill. On the 4 hour, we didn't find anything. On the 1 hour, we also didn't find anything. Or we found a valid area of demand. So let's mark that out. So valid area of demand. Then on the 30-minute, we found a refined area of demand within the 1 hour area of demand. So that's what we've done so far. We've built this story for this setup. We've done all of our analysis, and then all you do is just set your limits and sort of watch your trade play out and the profits flow in. You could decide to take profits or take partials off the table at each swing high or each lower time frame high in this market, or after the market filled imbalance, or since there weren't really any highs to take out in this scenario, you could leave your whole position until final take profits, which is what I did, and take your full 15 off the table after the trade hit TP. Again, this trade was sent to group members, and I did actually take it. I'll put it on my screen again, my entry point, just to prove that one more time. Also, one more thing, I deliberately waited to say this at the end of the video because I only want the people that are determined enough to at least stay until the end of the video to be benefiting from this. I've made a full document, free document. I'm going to be giving this away for free in the description once this video hits 600 likes. So make sure you like, because once this hits 600 likes, I'm going to give this full document out for free, so you can maybe print it out, I don't know, do whatever you want to do with it, but I'm going to give this out for free. I'm going to fix this, don't worry. But yeah, I'm going to give this for free once this video has 600 likes, so make sure you like. Also guys, make sure to follow me on Instagram. I'm always dropping free content on Instagram. If you are an Instagram follower, make sure to drop a comment, because I always drop free content on here. The other day I called a trade for free for the Instagram followers, and I had one guy take that trade, make the money that he then used to join the group from that trade. So he joined for free basically. So yeah, if you want to have the opportunity to do something like that, make sure to follow. Of course, I'm not going to be doing something like that every day, and I probably won't do it again. However, if I am in an especially good mood, well then it might just happen. So yeah, make sure to follow me on Instagram. Make sure to like so that you can get access to this document right here. And yeah, thank you all for staying so long. I'll see you all in the next video.